One of the meanest, most ferocious women in the history of mixed martial arts. Here is the former UFC bantamweight champion, Julianna Peña. And no matter what happens tonight, in a matchup that she is favored to do pretty well in, no matter what happens over the course of the rest of her career, she will always be able to lay claim to being the Dragon Slayer. What she did in submitting Amanda Nunes at UFC 269 will forever go down as one of the single biggest wins in MMA history. That being said, her focus is on the present and this significant challenge in front of her tonight. Julianna Peña, ready to battle and take home that elusive UFC gold. All right, so Amanda Nunes all smiles as she makes the walk here yet again. That was a total domination of Julianna Peña midway through 2022 to get her title back. 50 to 43, by the way, on one of those judges' scorecards.
That's absolutely incredible. I mean, that is a 7-point scorecard. You don't see those very often in mixed martial arts, but I believe that that fight warranted that score, and it showed who Amanda Nunes is whenever she's firing on all cylinders. She can do it all. She's a fantastic grappler, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. She has tremendous power, and her striking looked fantastic on that night. She's as good as they come, and I cannot wait to see what she does in the octagon tonight. And she's not resting on her laurels, right? She left American Top Team. You see Roger Crawl among those in her corner, but at this stage of her career, she feels like she's getting better, and that could be problematic for the opposition here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this women's bantamweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Julianna, the Venezuelan Vixen Peña. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. A lot of tension on this rivalry between Amanda Nunes and Julianna Peña as they renew acquaintances here tonight. I don't have to tell you about Julianna Peña's mental fortitude, the cardiovascular strength, and candidly, I feel like it was her physical conditioning that allowed her to recover so well after all those early knockdowns in the second fight.
And to take the beating that she took in fight number 2. You gotta be in fantastic shape in order to do that. I think Julianna's toughness is on full display in that second fight, but she does not need to rely on that toughness tonight. She needs to rely on that jab that she had so much success with in fight number 1. And she also needs to rely on the wrestling and grappling that really did pay dividends for her in the earlier fights. Amanda Nunes, on the other hand, needs to continue to fight behind the jab and throw a lot of outside low leg kicks if she wants to get another win over the Venezuelan Vixen.
So 1 minute into the fight, and look at these two warriors just going at it. She better be careful, though. You got to think gas tank might become an issue at some point.
The gas tank will become an issue if you fight so reckless. You cannot be this reckless in a fight inside the octagon.
Missed on the right hand. All right, so there it is. She talked a lot about that front kick in our fighter meeting, even if just to throw it to manage distance. Nice land by her to give the BJJ fighter something to think about.
Well, that was a word she spoke many times in the fighter meeting. Distance, distance, distance. These types of weapons, these types of attacks from range will allow for her to stay safe and maintain that distance that she needs so desperately.
All right, she's right into side control right now, and a lot of fighters would prefer the half guard, but she does some pretty good work here.
She does good work in the side control. She likes it. A lot of people will not even pass the side control anymore because it seems like you're giving your opponent an out. But she loves the fact that she has such a great guillotine, and if they turn one way, she'll attack it. So you only have one option to escape this young lady, and by going to your knees, she always throws her hooks in and just gets brutal damage off from the top position.
Nunes gets back up here. Peña's swelling now around her jaw, so we'll keep an eye on that storyline as this fight continues, but she has observed a lot of strikes to the head thus far. Shot is blocked there by Nunes. Stuffs the takedown shot there. How good is her takedown D? Going to the body now with that hook. Well placed there by Peña.
Let's go. Keep moving forward now. Don't back up.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Lands to the body there. Back and forth we go. Oh, well, a lot of credit to Roger Crow and the... Is that a huge strike right there, DC?
Great shot landed. Now she's got to go chase her down and get another one off to finish the fight.
That's a big hook. Oh, another beautiful kick to the thigh. She has attacked that area to great effect.
Bad.
Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Peña.
Oh, she's in trouble, dude.
Trying to stay heavy here as best she can.
Hard scramble, hard scramble.
Oh, Peña's in half guard now. Working in half guard here, making these shots count. Nice job by her there. You see how strong she is. Her opponent's trying to control posture, unable to do so.
Now she can get to work, and now she has her back.
Ground and pound. The hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. "30 seconds now to go in the opening round."
Yes, smart adjustment. Yep. This is where you don't want to be, though.
Final seconds of round one. Horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so there's the horn. The round is over, but not after serious damage was done. Great round there from Nunes.
All right, catch your breath, breathe, listen. You can do this now. I want you to go down and put your combination straight down the middle. I need more of that. I want...
All right, so she's making her way back to the stool, kind of shaking her head, thought maybe that knockdown would have produced a finish. Not so much.
She's a little discouraged right now because she thought the fight was over. But if you know her, if you spent any time with her, you understand that she's a smart fighter, and she will get right back to doing what she needs to do to win this fight.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round two here.
Nice punch, man, over the top.
Man, she is just breaking her down with volume tonight as she lands another combination.
I mean, over and over, she is just landing so many different attacks. It's amazing to watch someone never throw less than 3. She's throwing at least 3 every time she enters.
All right, so she finally gets the takedown here after many failed attempts. Obviously, she was not discouraged, stayed committed. Now she has the fight in her wheelhouse on the canvas. Let's see what she can do with it. In full guard now, DC, and I know when you're in this position, you're looking to pass the half guard pretty quickly.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to get the half guard so I can start to get off ground and pound. This is exactly what she needs to do. Not only does it get you to a position to get off ground and pound, it also takes a lot of the danger away from your opponent off of their back. Half guard is not nearly as dangerous as full guard, so get the half, land some ground and pound, get posture, and then continue to dominate on the ground.
All right, right into side control now. We'll see if she can dole out some damage. A lot of fighters would prefer the half guard. She does pretty good work.
She does great work in the half guard. She's very brutal.
Oh, that one got through. I'm not sure how many more she can take. That opened up a cut around her eye area. Got to shore up the defense.
Yeah, she's got to move her head. She has not moved her head effectively, and now she's dealing with the cut.
Nunes is back in full mount.
This is a terrible position.
Good movement on the ground here defensively by Peña. Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 2. Man, every time her opponent lands, that cut's getting worse.
The cut gets worse and worse. She needs to move her head or she's going to find herself in a lot of danger.
She's got her back now. All right, full guard here if you're the bottom fighter. Trying to prevent the half guard, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to keep her in full guard, throw up some submission to get back to your feet.
Well, she has certainly picked up the pace here in round 2 and starting to find herself in the pocket a little bit. She was a little bit hesitant in round 1. No hesitancy whatsoever here in round 2. She has clearly found her rhythm in range.
Oh, nice takedown defense.
All right, so just as we saw in the previous round, she is realizing a lot of success with her kickboxing game tonight, and you can see the confidence growing with every strike landed.
It's overwhelming for her opponent to be in there with her when she's in this flow state. She's so good at everything she's doing that now the activity is starting to pick up. If she can continue to fight in this way, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight gets finished.
Well, it is not the worst cut we've ever seen in the UFC, but a lot of blood donation happening right here, right now, as her opponent continues to target that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fighter in front of you who is so disciplined, who is so sharp. You have got to get on your bicycle, you got to get on the outside, limit the damage getting between rounds, and then try to reset, because right now, this cut is only getting worse.
Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here by Nunes. Well, no surprise that eventually we would see some visible damage swelling now after that big ground strike. Nice positional control here. She's moving her head pretty good on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these shots.
The half guard.
All right, into full guard here, DC. Where does she go from here?
She needs to be passing. Right away passing. Trying to pass to give it a ground and pound off.
Oh, beautiful job by her there to reverse the position on the ground. All right, so the ladies make their way back to the feet. Nice job by her there, and the crowd is just lapping it up.
Yeah, they're loving her willingness to fight to get back to her feet. She never accepted being on the bottom, so even though it was difficult, she got it done, and now she must impose herself on her opponent.
She missed with that jab. Seconds winding down in round 2. At this point in time, and you've got to wonder, given all the swelling, if that might even be a fractured orbital. Not good for limb. All right, that's the end of the round, and the fighter has a cut on her nose, so that is something that certainly bears watching moving forward. Cut man racing in there. He'll try to seal that cut. She doesn't seem too bothered by it, but certainly something we'll keep an eye on here moving forward. All right, things are getting interesting, folks. She is back to the stool, appears to be breathing okay, but a huge cut on the bridge of her nose.
Yeah, when you get cut there, it's hard to breathe. Your mouth starts to go open a little bit, but the blood becomes an issue. She was not locked in defensively, and that punch right there opened up the cut on the bridge of her nose.
Oh, she landed another strike to the body there. Very smart to work that body late in the fight when her opponent is fatigued. You didn't see a lot of that from her. There, you see the seminal blow of this fight thus far.
Yeah, man, she landed a massive hook, and it has her opponent hurt bad.
Dragged down by Peña.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Peña. Nice ground strikes landed by her here from top position. All right, she's got the full mount here, DC. It's hard for me to remember a time in which you were fully mounted in the UFC.
I have never been full mounted. I hope to never be full mounted. And this young lady now finds herself in this position. In this position, what's very key is that she cannot panic. She's got to go and attack the hips, create some space, shrimp off to a side, re-slide in that half guard so that then now she's a little bit safer. Once you're in half, take your underhook, get back to your feet, or fully recover, full guard.
Nunes is now cut above the eye from that strike. That bears watching as this fight continues. All right, so the ground and pound strikes continue to land. She's not staying busy for the sake of it. She is doling out damage.
She's landing a lot of punishing ground and pound. And this is going to really zap her opponent as they get back to their feet.
Lands with the ground and pound here. And there she goes again, landed another strike on the ground.
I mean, she's fighting a fantastic fight.
In position for a submission attempt here. Oh, she's got the arm triangle locked in tight.
She's got it in deep now. This is it. This has to be the end.
And maybe is going to do it. Oh, she got out.
What a beautiful display of submission defense by this young lady.
All right, so no surprise to see her continuing to attack that area. That cut is going to get wider with every passing moment of the fight.
You know, generally you expect it to get worse. When you're fighting someone like her, you know it's going to get worse because she's as sharp and as crisp as any striker you ever step in the octagon with. So she's going to be on that cut and attacking that cut relentlessly. Beautiful ground strikes landed.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
Another ground and pound strike lands. Relentless pressure from the top by Peña.
All right, she's in the north-south position.
Peña's right back to the full mount here. That's really good defensive awareness by the opposition. She's not going to get submitted here.
It's work. I'm going to stand this up.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Under 90 seconds to go. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Peña. Another ground and pound strike lands. All right, she's got the full mount here, DC. It's hard for me to remember a time in which you were fully mounted in the UFC.
I have never been full mounted. I hope to never be full mounted. And this young lady now finds herself in this position. In this position, what's very key is that she cannot panic. She's got to go and attack the hips, create some space, shrimp off to a side, re-slide.
Submission attempt for her now. Oh, she's got an arm triangle here, and it looks tight. Oh, somehow she gets out.
I thought it was over. I thought it was over, but that's one thing you know. Never underestimate these fighters in their submission defense.
Hang on a second. What an escape.
I cannot believe she got out of that. She shoved the elbow up, created space, freed her neck, and defended that rear naked choke.
Final seconds of round 3. Postures up and delivers a big ground and pound strike to the head. Nicely done there by Nunes. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. You see the cut just above the eye from that round. So the cut man's got to get in here, close that thing up. You don't want it becoming an issue here into this next round. All right, so she does survive to see the next round, but as we show you some replays, DC, nobody's going to be kissing her on the cheek anytime soon.
No, it's a nasty cut on the cheek. She got hit with some big shots, and they really have taken an effect on her. Look at the cut on the cheek, and it was that shot right there that opened up the cut.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. 4th round is underway. We'll see who has the upper hand here.
You feel it inside of the arena. The fighters feel it inside of the octagon. It's palpable. The energy is crazy because you understand that in the next 10 minutes, someone's going to get a belt strapped around their waist. It's amazing.
Peña going to work here from the full guard. Nice combination of strikes, mixing it up pretty well here. Lands with the ground and pound. Oh, and with conviction, she moves right into half guard.
Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard.
Peña ground and pound from half guard now. Oh, really good strikes by her here in top position.
She has no answer, so continue to feed her the question, right hand after right hand from the top position.
Peña's right back to the full mount. And very effective with the ground and pound. Ooh, looks like she's got the arm triangle choke locked in tight.
A lot of pressure on this choke, John.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back up.
Oh, and there it is. So after an extended battle on the ground, she shoots up there. They're probably her best strike of the fight.
She lands very effectively.
So she's holding on to her here, not doing too much, really just looking to recover. And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Peña's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time. I'm not so sure they're not going to step in, Daniel, and stop this fight right now. Hard to be a one-eyed fighter in a mixed martial arts set. She's got that single collar in the clinch now. Oh, doing work with the jab. All right, referee steps in here, and I think it's the right time to do so. He's going to call on the doctor to look at that swelling around the eye. We'll see if she is allowed to stay in this fight.
She wants to fight, but I don't know if she's going to be able to continue. There's a lot of swelling around that eye.
Doctor pulls the referee aside. It looks as though the fight at least is going to continue for now.
It's going to continue for right now, but she has got to get going. She will not have much time in this fight because it's only going to get worse.
Ready.
All right, so coming into the fight, a lot of people talked about her toughness. She's going to have to lean on it here. Despite the injury, the fight will go on.
Well, she always says she's one of the toughest fighters you'll ever meet. She's going to have an opportunity to prove that now. Because this...
Oh!
Oh, my goodness!
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
The official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 25 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed
All right, so another big win and result for the consensus greatest of all time, the Lioness Amanda Nunes, your winner by knockout here tonight. And, man, when she hits, she does not miss.
I mean, she doesn't miss, and she hits ridiculously hard for a woman at bantamweight. She can shut your lights out like we have seen her do on so many occasions.